Hello, everybody. This is Steve Bentley, CEO of Sofema. I'm making a short video to explain the purpose of the Corporate Freedom Pass. It's 1 year now, just over 1 year since we introduced the Corporate Freedom Pass, and it's still new to many of our clients. So to try to explain in some details what it can do, what it can do for your organization, and how it can benefit your team and your workforce. As it says on the first slide, that it can bring the cost down per delegate training day below €5, and it's a true statement. And that is for a full day of online training, which our competitors are typically selling for several hundreds of euros. So we believe that this product is very, very powerful. So just in a few words, what is the Sofema Online Corporate Freedom Pass? It's an annual pass. It can be assigned and reassigned to as many of your employees as you choose. The only proviso is that it's limited to the number of consecutive access passes that you obtain. And most of our clients choose 5, 10, or 25 pass programs, and we'll see what it entails in a little while. So what's different? Well, what's different about the Corporate Freedom Pass is it allows the organization to budget the annual cost for the training program for its entire workforce. It gives access to hundreds, or in some cases, thousands of training days at a cost which is entirely manageable. By doing this, we believe it enables the organization to plan a corporate program for not just ensuring the colleagues are compliant with recurrent training, but to help develop them as part of the competence building program within your organization. So what do I get with Sofema Online Corporate Freedom? You're able to nominate a group of staff, and when they've completed, you can nominate a next group of staff for a training, or you can continue to nominate certain employees to continue and complete a group of trainings. For example, they could complete a diploma. So if you look at the cost of the, let's say, the camo diploma, they could complete the entire camo diploma and receive a hard copy certificate exactly the same as everybody else. So with a diligent use of the program, organizations are able to make not only a substantial saving, but to develop a huge benefit by allowing their team to complete these training courses. There's a link you can see. We call it our A to Z. Actually, it's a complete list of all the different courses, packages, and diplomas, numbering over 250 now, that your team can access throughout your year of membership. So we have Corporate Freedom Pass 5, which allows for 5 concurrent users, and we calculate this is approximately 1,200 online training days. With the Corporate Freedom Pass 10, we look at 10 concurrent users and around 2,400 online training days. These are nominal days. In actual fact, if you took the opportunity to work weekends as well, depending if your employees are work on shifts, then you could considerably have more training days than this. It's not a limit. It's just an example to help you calculate the value of the Corporate Freedom Pass to your organization. And Corporate Freedom Pass 25, which is most suited to large organizations, to MROs, for example, it's equivalent of 6,000 online training days each 1 year of membership to the Corporate Freedom Pass. So what is the Corporate Freedom Pass for? And most of our Corporate Freedom Pass 5 clients use our camos or smaller 145s. And as we say, approximately 1,200 online training days. Corporate Freedom Pass 10, it could be for larger camos or medium 145s. And Corporate Freedom Pass 25, typically for larger organizations, for example, 145 organizations with some hundreds of employees. So how much does it cost? Well, it's available either as a 12-monthly subscription or a 6-monthly subscription. So if we look at the Corporate Freedom Pass 5, we will see that if you subscribe to a year program, it's 550 euros a month, and 6 monthly would be 825 euros. On the second year, there is a discount built into that, and if you want to pay in a single installment, there's also an additional discount, and it's repeated. You can see the price there for the Corporate Freedom Pass 10 and the Corporate Freedom Pass 25. If we just take Corporate Freedom Pass 10 as an example, 850 euros will give you, as we'd already said, approximately 2,400 training days, which if we did the monthly calculation, we'd be looking at about 200 training days per month for the same cost. Think about this, for the same cost of a single person attending a single 2-day training with one of our competitors. For the same, actually, it would be half as much again, but for a sum considerably less than this, you're able to access 200 on average training days per month. As we said, additional discounts available for an annual payment. First month payment includes an additional month deposit, and then you would make either 4 or 10 monthly payments. How many people have enrolled in Sofema Online courses? So this isn't, of course, Freedom Pass clients. This is how many people we've actually enrolled. And the answer is 37,000 enrollments have been registered on Sofema Online since 2001. And it's a huge number. And it's because of this level of enrollment that we're able to offer something which is incredibly cost effective for our corporate clients. So why offer Corporate Freedom Pass? Essentially, it's all about opportunity. It's an opportunity for our clients to enable their employees to engage with a large number of courses, with the knowledge that their cost is understood and taken care of. Training is a necessary requirement for all organizations, but the training budget is quite often the budget that is, let's say, challenging for an organization. They want to drive revenue, and training is not seen immediately as a driver of revenue. So if it is possible to minimize the training budget, whilst at the same time maximizing the training opportunity, it has to be a win-win. So here's an example. You may wish every member of your team to cover the whole camo and aircraft maintenance organization areas, or even complete several diplomas. So they can, as long as they apply themselves and complete the training so the next person can take part, and then the costs can be very, very competitive. And as we said, hard copy diplomas will be issued to all participants in accordance with the normal way that we deliver hard copy diplomas. So, is the corporate freedom pass value for money? Well, you are clients, you decide. But as we said, consider the monthly cost of a corporate freedom pass is less than enrolling a single person in a single 2-day course each month with several of our competitors. So we think it stands for itself. And obviously, this is why we have such a huge level of enrollment. Our enrollment level is running at somewhere between 5 and 10 times the rate of our competitors. Simply, we've got the cost right. It's something that we've been able to do. It's a way of, let's say, returning the opportunity to the industry. We've built Sofema Online to the size it is, and as a result, we've got economies of scale. So why not let the clients benefit from economies of scale? And of course, it's a win-win. We'll enable the support and training of your entire workforce, not just a few select individuals, delivering a positive motivation for your team at minimal cost to the organization. It's a primary driver for building competence, allowing both regulatory and vocational compliance across a whole range of subjects. What makes Sofema Online Freedom Pass worthwhile is the depth and breadth of courses which are available. You can only see by visiting the portfolio yourself to realize how much is there. And it continues to grow. We continue to add on a weekly basis new training courses, which also, of course, will be available as part of the package. So, Sofema Online Corporate Freedom Pass is offered as a long-term solution to the training needs of our corporate clients, and we believe that they're going to be very happy. We will both be happy. It's a win-win, and there is a benefit of a discount for annual renewal. We also focus on developing courses which are requested by our corporate clients. So we develop particular training courses where there is an industry need. And as a corporate Freedom Pass client, then of course you're likely to receive preferential training, preferential support to provide training courses which you're looking for your company, as long as there is, of course, a proviso, as long as there is a generic interest. It takes, as you can imagine, many days to prepare material, to put it online, to add voiceover. And in isolation, it was taking 2 years for an online training course to even break even. And this is one of the reasons why we are not surrounded by, let's say, tens and tens of competitors, because there is really a barrier to reach the point where we are. Having reached that, then the obvious thing from our point of view is to encourage the clients to benefit from taking additional trainings at a very optimized cost. Just a few notes. It's available for a period of 12 months. It's corporate. It can be assigned by you to any nominated person. And we really do look forward to welcoming you to the program and to wish you a great learning opportunity and experience. So either, depending on the package that you choose, either 5, 10, or 25 courses can be opened simultaneously. Once completed, then simply there is a document you request the next course or batch of courses. And enrollments are normally completed no later than 24 hours. However, typically during the working week, requests received during the morning period are completed the same day, and requests during PM will be completed at the start of business during the following workday. We find our clients can work very, very well with this. And it becomes a cycle of enrollment, taking the course under the organization's support and guidance, completing the exam, printing the certificate, and then requesting new people to be enrolled. What happens if somebody fails an exam? Every single course, by the way, has an exam at the end of it, and you must pass the exam to print the certificate. So what happens if you fail? Well, the delegate has 3 attempts at the examination. We don't expect people to fail. And if you do diligently the material, you will pass. If you rush through it and go straight to the exam, there's a good chance that you won't pass. And if you then repeat the exam, still you won't pass. So what happens? Well, normally, if you were a private client of Sofema, you would have to pay 50% to retake the exam. With our corporate clients, what we want is intervention from the QA department, because we know how long the client will spend on the program. So if a course is nominally 1 day and a client completes it in 30 minutes and fails the exam, then clearly the client isn't taking it seriously, which is why we ask for intervention from the QA department. And then we will reset and the client will have a further 3 attempts. So maximum failure would be 6. If somebody fails it 6 times, clearly there's something wrong when you consider that our failure rate is 0.05%. Means 1 person in 200 fails an exam. So we have also, which as you would expect, a strict user policy, means that it's only your employees. It's not a business opportunity for somebody to do cheap training at Sofema's cost. It's for corporate clients, for your own employees, or your associate. If it was an associate company of yours, then of course that would be acceptable. As we said earlier, initial payment is equal to 2 months' fees. It was launched in September 2021, and it's continuing to develop and grow. And this is why we're continuing to see more and more enrollments. And of course, the Corporate Freedom Pass is one of the reasons why we're enrolling more and more people in the program. So it's not a package. It's total access to all the courses. So there is no relevance to previous offered discounts, because maybe you've been offered a 10% discount or a discount for something else. The Corporate Freedom Pass has its own pricing structure. So we want you to benefit from the maximum use of the Corporate Freedom Pass. So we ask you to nominate a program manager who will manage your training program and communicate enrollments with the Sofema Online admin team. And this is how it works best: when we've got a single point of contact with an organization and you're able to communicate with our administration team. Using the provided enrollment request form and send it to a special email. So enrollments should be sent using a provided enrollment request form to our primary email address, which is team@sassofia.com. And this is the email address to use for all communications related to the Corporate Freedom Pass. We are very sympathetic. What we can't do is receive, and this makes sense to you, I'm sure. We can't receive, let's say, 100 emails from a client asking us to enroll people one by one throughout the day. It's not, from our point of view, it's not tenable to provide training at €5 per trading day and then to pay a salary of somebody to spend the entire day enrolling and re-enrolling. And I'm sure you'll see the fairness in that, which is why we have an enrollment document and why we undertake that if you provide the information, we will enroll you within 24 hours. And so we look for you to be proactive, to give us a maximum number of enrollments. And nevertheless, having said that, if there is a change, we will try and accommodate it. We're here to help, but we don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. It's important to us that we have a shared expectation. When we talk about the baseline, and here we're talking about 1,200 for Corporate Freedom Pass 5, 2,400 for 10, and 6,000 for 25. That's nominal, means that it's based on a calculation which is not including weekends, not including holidays. So you could get a greater use than this. But we think that you'll be able to, with this program, to very easily support your entire organization. We also have a limited cover at weekends. So often there is weekend support available. So if there is a request which is pending for enrollment, we don't hold it. We will action it at the first opportunity that we have, with the proviso of what was already mentioned. So a couple of questions. First one. Our organization has never used Sofema Online before, and we're concerned about committing to such an intensive program until we have more confidence. What do we say? Well, we understand, of course, your concern, and we have a particular opportunity for you to commit to a number of trainings without committing to Corporate Freedom Pass. And what we do is we offer a 3-month trailing discount as our contribution to your Corporate Freedom Pass. So if, for example, in the last 3 months, you've spent €3,000, that would become a discount off the value of your Corporate Freedom Pass. So it can be an exceptionally valuable offer if it meets your objectives. When you look at the A to Z of our trainings, you'll see that there are actually 5 courses which we offer free, sample courses, which we offer free so that you can experience what the training program is about, how it looks. You can enroll without cost. You can try the material again without cost. There is one further service that we provide, and we call it our guest enrollment service. And so if you're a training manager or a quality manager or a safety manager or a technical director, if you want to try our material prior to enrolling your colleagues, then we will be happy to enroll you free of charge as a guest in the training material. So with a trailing discount, all the payments received during the preceding 3 months prior to signing the Corporate Freedom Pass will be deducted from the first year's total and monthly payments adjusted accordingly. So it has the potential to be a real cost saver for an organization that has satisfied itself that the training is worthwhile and they want to take full advantage of the Corporate Freedom Pass offer. Just a couple of questions we ask people. How do you find the program? And the comment, I found your program really good, knowledgeable, even for a specialist in the field, also for managers. What about our behavior? Is our response rate okay? And the answer was Sofema team is really great and every time replied really fast. Would you recommend the program? I already recommended it to a few friends and they looked interested in it. And so it goes on. We continue to grow. We continue to win more customers. People are happy with the level of service, with our pricing, with the availability of the material, with our willingness to support the clients in the most direct way. And as a result, we continue to benefit from this. How would you describe the program in terms of value for money? I started the PASS program with the idea in the future to work in safety and compliance. And for that, I considered it necessary to have a complete understanding of aviation domains. This is possible with your program. I found the program really valuable for what I learned already, and I consider this program deserves every single euro cent paid. Next steps, please email team@sassofia.com. We'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions and to share with you how we can set you up as a Corporate Freedom Pass client. And we look forward to supporting you in the future. Okay, take care and many thanks from me.